Sanketan online class. Myself Sudhanshu Kumar. In this video, I would like to continue the chapter The Lost Child by a great Indian writer in English, mulk Anand. In my first video, I have mentioned about the theme, a child's agony and desperation when he is suddenly lost in the crowd. It means when the child is lost, his intense pain of mind and hopelessness. In fact, the child is surrounded by the intense pain of mind and hopelessness. Why? Because he does not have the warm protection of his parents. And also, in that video, I have mentioned message also, and the message is clear here as a message: child's love for the parents, child's desires, and child's ultimate warmth have been focused. Now I am going to explain really what happens on the way to the fair. The child in the fair, the child is attracted towards the toys and demand for it. But his parents are not ready. The child is aware of the strictness of the father. His friend looked at him red-eyed, but the tender heart of the mother melts. To divert his attention, to divert the attention of the child, mother tells him to look at the beautiful mustard field. Again, the child is attracted towards the garlands and the colorful balloons, but he does not express his father about his desire because he knows, the child knows that the parents will not allow him to take, so he moves on. Again, the child is attracted towards his favorite sweets, burfi. He wants to take, he wants to have, but he does not express his desires and moves on. Then after he sees the child sees the snake charmers. He wants to listen the music for some time, but he does not stop there. He moves on. The child moves on. But at the roundabout, the child is determined to have his share of joy. Boldly asked his father to allow him for a ride on the roundabout, but he does not listen. In fact, the parents do not respond. He gets no reply. He realizes that his father are nowhere nearby. He is speechless and helpless. Fear overpowers him. He wants to be in the secure hands of his father. He starts crying and trying to search for his dear father. The only word comes out of his mouth. The only word escaped from the child's throat: mother, father. He runs to a shrine. There are a crowd there. He starts crying, and a kind-hearted man hears him cry, picks him, and tries his level best to make him comfortable, tries his best to pacify him, but the child is weeping continuously. The kind-hearted man takes the child to the roundabout and asks if he wants a ride. The man takes him to the flower seller, to the balloon seller, to the sweetmeat seller, also takes him to the snake charmer's show, but now the child has no interest in anything around it. The child has in fact no interest. Then here the child wants nothing, only father. In this story, and the story speaks of, the story makes the reader understand about the worth and importance of parents for a child. And here we get a lesson also. Parents have to be vigilant and careful for the safety of the children, and children have to be alert and attentive. In a nutshell, child's happiness is only with his parents. Evidently, in the pre-part of the story, the child demands many things. But in the post part of the story, the child has no requirement, the child has no interest, the child does not even look at them. This is a big difference. And in fact, a child's psychology, here in this story, a child's psychology is very effectively portrayed. Now I would like to conclude this story by saying, child without parents is just like ship without a rudder. I hope the video will be very inspiring and fruitful for all. So please subscribe, like and share it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.